back, baby. New episode, Matty Chymbor Podcast. You're a fan, I'm the host. You're a person listening, I'm a guy hoping you like me more. Guys, welcome back to the Matty Chymbor Podcast. So happy you're here. I just got to get that out first. I can't continue if I don't tell you how happy I am that you're here. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. The algorithm loves that because it's a pervert. Hey, algorithm, you're a pervert. But I appreciate you guys being here. First and foremost, guys, let's just get this out of the way. Like last week, I want to plug some stuff. Guys, I will be in Boston, Massachusetts, October 7th and 8th. I will be at Nick's Comedy Stop. I will put the ticket link in the description below. Need you guys there. I will be in Chicago, zany Chicago, October 10th. Ticket link below. Chicago, show up. It's going to be fun. I'm going to have a weekend of shows under my belt. I'm going to bring the heat for you guys. It's a Monday, but guess what? Mondays can be fun days too, so I need you guys there. And then down the road, December 4th, I'll be in Spokane, Washington. Spokane has a little place in my heart. I used to go there when I'd feature. Such a fun club, such a fun city. You wouldn't expect it. It's a surprise. Like when you go to like middle of Washington, you expect like the boondocks and trees and Sasquatch and minimal city life. And guess what? You just find this little pocket of a city. It's where Gonzaga is. I found that fun fact out when I went there the first time. So I'll be there December 4th. Roll through. I mean, I know the club. It's a long ramp to get on stage. I can see it now. You guys have there's a red wagon in that city. They all congregate around and sacrifice people. I mean, it's just a fun town. It's a fun town, and I needed to be there. So, guys, again, Boston, October 7th and 8th. Chicago, October 10th. And Spokane, Washington, December 4th. Ticket link below. Please come out. It's going to be so much fun. And just trying to get that side of my life going. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to do brand deals my whole life. I want to be out there just showing off my creativity, doing that, just doing the Lord's work, making you guys forget about your problems because you hear how I have a little penis. Just hear me. Just shut your brain off for a little while, and then you just zone in on how I am sexually incompetent. My penis is small. My belly button's too deep. My face is average at best. And it's just lighting hits it a certain way. I look like a fucking 3. If lighting hits me in my face the incorrect way, I look like I belong in the woods or something where I don't want to be seen by the general public often. That's my comedy. And you guys can just laugh at me and find other things to laugh at. And there'll be moments where you laugh where I'm not sure why you're laughing. Maybe it's because you're just adding to it in your brain. But guess what? You'll be laughing at me and not your problems. But it's exciting. Yeah, I've been doing these little brand deals. Brand deals, for you guys don't know, is when you do a video for a company. Some of you've seen it. Some people get all butthurt because I have to do a video. Well, hey, try Steve's towels or some shit. I've never done that one, but I mean, I've done something along the lines of, you do a video for a comp, and it's great. They pay you. I'm paying my bills, some of my bills with it. Some people are like, you're a fucking sellout. I was going to talk shit to the kid, and then he proceeded to have which type of automatic firearm in his Instagram bio, and I was like, block. You got to pick and choose your battles, and the one that looks like he can be a smash schmooter, I'm good. And I've never seen it in real life. You always see like after like a mass shooting, you always see like the person had all this like shit on their social media. I mean, should I have done something? Should I have like flagged him and said he's harassing me and he's bragging about owning an automatic weapon? What should I have done? I can unblock him. I can still do this. Comment below if I should call out a mass shooter. It's scary though. You find yourself, digitally face to face, and he wasn't happy with the brand deals. Let me tell you. So, I'm trying to break away from those things. I mean, again, they pay your bills, but these fucking companies, some are great, some are awesome. They give me the product, you get it, it's exciting, and then other ones, two in a row, I've done a video for, and they're trying to ghost me. We've come up with an agreement. They DM me. It's not even like I seek these people out. They're like, we love what you do. Would you love to want to do a video for us? Okay. We come to an agreement on an amount of money. I do the video, and one of the companies voiced like, hey, it seems like it's not getting traction. Is there anything else to do to bump up the views? I go, well, it's an ad and you just messaged me 12 hours after it's out. I mean, it's a goddamn commercial. What do you expect? I don't think it's going to go through the roof like a Matty Chymbor or Ridge. It's a fucking commercial that I'm doing my best to make your product seem cool, and you're going to come at me with this bullshit, which again, I was like, hey, man, just give it 60 days. That's the agreement. And wink, wink, I'm not going to take it down. The 60 days is like, I'll leave it up for 60 days. Guess what? I'm going to leave it up forever. I'm not going to go sift through and delete things. Although, you got this company now. Let's just use them for an example, even though there's another one that's being sketch. They voice their opinion. I said what I said. And then I was like, you hear that and you're like, hey, also, are you guys cool with Venmo? Do you do anything else? Because typically I want to get fucking paid pretty quickly because I'm a novice at this and I didn't do any sort of contract or deposit. I'm stupid for not doing that. But let's jump to the end of the story because there's really nothing from now until then. But they're just not answering me now. What the fuck? We have nothing in legitimate contractual writing. It's a DM. I have screenshots. I send an invoice, and I'm kicking myself because I knew there should have been more professional steps along the way. Other companies have been good. These other companies, I post the video, they're fucking sending me the money like immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I understand coming from the world of construction and handling the money and payment, you don't always get paid right away. But sometimes because there's a lag, whether it's your billing cycle, blah, blah, blah. So I get that. And I was like, hey, if this is too fast for you guys, I get it. Just let me know. Fill me in, you fucking motherfuckers. That's what we were getting to. You fucking that's what I want to say. You fucking pieces of shit. Pay me. Or just acknowledge me. Hey, you're going to get it in 2 weeks. Boom, done. I'll get off your ass. Don't be like, it's not getting a lot of views, many views, and then just disappear. You're a company. I'm a company. We're not doing this, bro. Like, when you have somebody fuck you over, have you ever just had these visions of like, I will go to your business. I don't know where it is. The problem is they're out of Australia, and I'm just like, I'll go there. For the amount of money that it'll cost me more to get there, but it's the principle now. So that's what I'm fucking dealing with. If anybody is in the world of law and can direct me at how to do this, I contacted Instagram because with being a creator, I know it sounds like a nerdy thing. You can like reach out to them and ask questions about things not working. And I just said, I was like, hey, this company reached out to me. I did the video. I invoiced them, and they're now not answering. I figured because it's on their platform and, this company's using their platform to get work and now being sketchy, maybe there's a way I can report them. And they kind of walked me through this process. I'm going to give them a little bit of a little window. But these motherfuckers, dude, it's just like, what are you doing? Are you that much of a douchebag? And then this other little fuck company, they're out of LA. I swear to God, I'll just go to the office. I don't give a fuck. I'll knock on your door, and you're going to see my face. You're going to turn red, and then I'm going to fucking take this. And it's the frustrating part. The first company, I'll just say, they're going to give me $1,200. They owe me that. They have to give me that. You're good. That's what you owe me, and I'm invoicing you. It's funny when you send an invoice, like, this is real now, and you're like, fuck, I just imagine them printing it out and wiping their ass with it. But this other company, they hit me up so long ago, and they were like, "Oh, we don't have any money, and we're startup," and I was like, "Okay." I mean, it's like I'm literally doing this borderline for free, but I'm not posting it on my page. And you seem nice, and you sent me your product, and one time, like, I'll just do this for you. It's gonna be simple, blah blah blah. Okay, great. Send it to them. Of course, they come back with like, can we try this and do that? No, bitch, you're giving me fucking $8. I mean, they're giving me $150, which is like, that's nice, but it's like, at the end of the day, I'm giving you a fucking video that's worth so much more. And then they have the balls to come back and be like, oh, what about this? Or we thought you were going to do like more characters. I'm like, who the fuck are you? What? No, I'm not doing more characters. I'm doing what the fuck I just gave you. It's done. And now you send the invoice, and you just hit the scene on the DMs. Oh, you seen it? Well, you're gonna see my foot go in your ass when I go to your fucking office and I put my foot in your ass. Oh, what a day, people! What a week! It's been. This was all in the last like week. These fucking. It's like, what are you doing? I'm just a kid trying to live my dreams, and you're just like doing shit like this. Give me a fucking break. You know what I'm saying? You're a company. You have a fucking. But then again, you never know now with the internet. I mean, I literally can make a fake company right now. Although I know both companies have sent me their product, which is very legit. I mean, it's nice. I'm not going to even say what, because I don't want you guys to go there and, one, potentially harass them, or two, even purchase it. But I will, in the next couple weeks, I'll start throwing some names out there, because this might get public. I might represent myself in the court of law. Oh, just me with a briefcase and snapshots of my reel as I'm playing like a dumb fucking character. But what are you doing? Like, Jesus Christ. I can't imagine that. I can't imagine being there. My only thing, it's like, I'm very good at seeing the other side. I don't know why they would think like I would guarantee views. I mean, in the world of doing videos for people, even like, you can't guarantee that. It's the fucking algorithm. The algorithm is literally the ghost from Lost. It's just this fog that makes zero sense. It's all mirrors. It always looks different. I mean, what do you think I'm going to do? I clearly am not. I clearly have real followers. I clearly, you see what my videos do. Nothing seems sketchy about it. It just so happens now, if people aren't on board with it, Instagram's just like, no, we're not fucking doing that anymore. So, I mean, but I can see why they wish it was more, but it's like, bro, I put it on all my platforms. You're getting the exposure. People will see it. I shouldn't have to justify. Fuck them. They're a piece of shit. I swear to God. No, it's ironic, though. It's like, it's funny now, like, because I just want to do stand-up. I talked about this. I want to do stand-up. I want to go out there. I want to meet you guys. I want to fucking hear your stories when you close talk me after a show and I can't get away. I just want to do that. I would love to. I like talking to people. I don't want you to feel weird. If you come up to me, I'm polite. I'm like the guy. I'm like the company I want to work for. I get it. I get what I'm always extending an olive branch. I'm always taking my big old olive branch out and extending it, because I get the position of being in an uncomfortable position. So if you come talk to me, I get it. Just don't be like, if people are dicks, I mean, of course I'm like, get the fuck away from me. But I want to do that. The irony, though, it's just so funny. I mean, of course, now what I'm doing, the irony is like, growing up, what did we hate most about TV? We hated commercials. And it's like, I went to the dark side. I'm like literally making commercials to distract people. Like, people come to my page to watch my shit, and then I'm in turn now making commercials on my page. I mean, at the end of the day, I need to make money so I can do this full time, but I just find that ironic that I'm like, I mean, it's not, it's a weird, you're between a rock and a hard place, people. What do you want me to do? I mean, I feel like a stripper. It's like, what do you want me to not pay rent? What do you want me to do? I'm out here making money, showing my ass and flashing all this bullshit. I got to do something. And you're either going to fucking pay me or, But you should see the good in this, that I want to just break away and just do what I want to do. We all want to do what we want to do, but... So we think, I mean, I'm just sick of like shady people. I did a show this past week. Was that this? No, it was last week. I think I've talked about this is very inside baseball, but I hope you guys like the comedy stuff. I got booked on this show. Mind you, the comedy bookers in Los Angeles they're just such bitches, bro. Like, it's insane the amount of bitch shit. They become these little emperors of their show, and these little megalomaniac fucks. How, you do the show once, it goes great. I'm so like tread lightly and not rustle feathers. And like, I've done a show, I'll do a show. Let's use this show in particular, the one I did last Thursday. And I've done it before earlier in the year, and then this fucking guy, you hit him up, and when I asked to do a show, hey, would love to do your show. If you have any spots in the future that you want to fill, I'd love to do it. Just so vague. I'm just like floating near you with this vague general request. You know what I'm saying? And I know other people who are way more stern and direct than that. And I choose not to be like that because I just see how much they get rubbed the wrong way, they being bookers. And then, what's it called? I reached out to this person earlier in the year. Remember, I look back, it was like March. I was like, hey, I'm trying to fill up trying to get a couple spots and trying to get a show. In April, and so on with my vague request. And then nothing. And then I reached back out again, I think in like middle of April. Hey, just want to check back in. Would love to do the show again. And then I immediately get a response with, I'll let you know when I have a free opening. No need to reach out. Oh, okay. Sorry, sir. I mean, I've reached out in the past, and that was never a thing. Am I pulling the bitch shit where I'm reading it the way my inner monologue wants to read it? Slightly, but I've met this person before, and they just kind of have this little snooty bitch attitude. So okay, that's fucking weird. And then again, how I judge why I reach back out to people is typically like when you do a show, you do it with some other comics, some of which you're familiar with, and then normally you don't do a show again for like a month or two. I mean, there's a rotation. Everybody has to be fair and get their own. There's a rotation. Let's just leave it at that. And how I determine when I reach back out is if I go on like their social media page and I see some of the people from when I did the show last time on a show again. I'm like, okay, clearly it's a cycle in this guy's brain where it's not unlikely for me to reach out, considering some people I did it with prior to are doing it again. So after I got that snooty response, I saw some people who I've done the original shows with, be posted on that page 2-3 times roughly. And then I finally wrote back. I was like, hey, man, if you don't want me to send my veils anymore, it's cool. Just wanted to reach back out. You always ran a fun show. Just bullshit. Because at this point, you got to bow down a little bit. You run a great show. But it was more of like, I want to put the nail in the coffin. Yes or no? Am I just spinning my wheels? And then coincidentally, like a couple weeks later, this was, mind you, in June or July. No, this is the beginning of this month. I'm sorry. There was like a month window where I didn't do shit. I didn't reach out to him. Sorry. And then he sends this thing. You do the show 2 Thursday and then 2 Saturday. Let me know if you can do one or the other or both. And I was like, I'd love to do both. This is great. You get $50 a show, 15 minutes. I mean, it's worth it for me to drive to Orange County, do half hour worth of material in one night, make $100, and you get to that 2 nights. It's just good little spending money in practice. So long story short, going down there, a little bizarre. I mean, I know we had a little uncomfortable exchange, but you go down there, hey, what's up, man? Just keep it simple. And then the first show, very rowdy. Like he's like, they do this shit, but it's in a fucking tiki bar. I mean, it's a setting where it's not conducive of comedy, but they've made it work. So I'm all for it. And they do some fucking weird contest before. I don't know. The show starts. Mind you, I'm on stage. The host goes up. I go first after the host. I'm doing time. I mean, people are just talking. They're literally... People are trying to pay attention. You got a group of fucking girls here just literally having like a conversation like I am with you right now. I mean, it's just as... And, you call people out. Hey, what are you talking about? What's going on? I try to be playful with it. And then they quiet up. And then you start doing a joke again. And then you hear talking again. Hey, what's going on? I mean, what the fuck? And by the third time, it's like, I mean, I'm only doing 15 minutes. They're talking. The people aren't hearing my punchlines. I call them out. It gets weird. Like fucking your parents are screaming at dinner. Not that I'm yelling at them, but at some point you're just like, what the fuck are you doing? I mean, it's like, go leave. I mean, I don't know why you're here. So long story short, finally start riffing. The crowd's good and the set decent. I mean, I started at 0 and then the interactions just left it there until I finally started doing crowd work, got silly, whatever, some bullshit. But coincidentally, after that show, if the stage is like here, this is like a plant, like, anyways, there's a bar in the back, and I'm sitting there watching my buddy Dan, his set, and these people come over, long story short, that we follow you on Instagram, blah, 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 and they're, we're talking, and the person on stage cannot hear what's being said whatsoever, and coincidentally the fucking douche booker is taking photos like from me to my couch, which is like 10 feet away. So of course when the joke ends and the laughter dies down, you're gonna hear some fucking exchange here of what's being said. Again, it's like, and I'm not going to shut them up of them being like, you're funny, we like you, it's like, it's very like, I am trying to listen. It's not like a over the top drunk loud. I mean, I've had one beer at this point. This fucker looks at the people, there's a show going on, so can you please be quiet? And then he stares kind of at me like that bitch shit where he's too pussy to fucking really confront me and be like, yo, shut up. And he goes, not to mention some of you are on it, while looking at them. And I'm just like, you kind of glanced at me, but you didn't. And like, but in my head, just knowing people who like, when you do that one thing, they just write you off. I literally was like, all right, here we go. I mean, even between the first and second show. Okay, so that show ended. I was like, fuck this shit. This conversation's not even worth it at this point. I went in the back, ate some tacos, and I said to some other comics, like, oh, this is my last time at this show. I guarantee it. So do the second show, it's better. Dude's weird. He's not even coming near anybody at this point. He used to come like shoot the shit and banter. Then he just got all fucking weird, just beta, fucking like avoiding any sort of like adult situations. And then second show, and then as we're leaving, I was like, hey man, sorry again about the talking thing. Yeah, it is what it is, right? It is what it is. And I'm like, okay, dude, like, Jesus Christ. I'm like, you could have just said, hey, go over there, guys, please. And the next day, or Saturday, the next day, I get this fucking text message. Maybe I'll screenshot it and put it right here, of just like, hey, Matt, I didn't appreciate your behavior last night. It was very disrespectful and disruptive for the comics and the staff, and blah, 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 just literally just like running on. And I don't want to work with you anymore. Good luck with your comedy. But I wish to not work together, and all this bullshit. And I'm just like, you're a fucking bitch. Because as I was leaving, he said, I'll see you Saturday, right? It's like, and you're like, oh, maybe he didn't make the decision in the moment. That's not true. Because my buddy Dan that I drove down with, who's also on the show, I told him, he goes, dude, no one can hear you. And I go, exactly. He's just being a fucking pussy. He told me, Dan was like, yeah, when this guy in between shows, he went to the kid I drove down with and was like, well, he's like, what do you think I should do if I want to take somebody off the show that I already have booked? So you knew you were not man enough to fucking even do it there. You're a little bitch. You've had every intention. You just wanted to send a text because you're too pussy to be like, hey man, not a fan of this. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, just that bitch shit drives me fucking nuts. But as the adult that I am, I'm not gonna fucking just be like, I'm sorry. But if anything, my response, I feel like, was a good fucking, he threw the 1-2, I dodged the hook, and then I gave him, a good hard enough tap to just kind of end it, where I was like, got it. I wish you policed the talking during my whole first set as much as you are with me right now. Good luck with everything, you motherfucking bitch. I didn't say the fucker, but I felt that. But I did say I wish you policed it as well. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things, people, like, what the fuck are you gonna do? You just deal with bitches, whether they're companies or they're fucking people. There's always something. That's what I'm realizing. This podcast made me realize. Fucking Adam. Yeah. Okay. My friend bought one of my t-shirts and he likes the fabric. It feels good and it's soft. All right, you old fuck. My skin's getting old. I need soft cotton, or it's an irritant. Yeah, I don't know. Again, with that show, I mean, I don't give a fuck. It's like, dude, the dude books me, once every 4 months? I mean, I'm not losing out. It's annoying because it was a good workout room to do stuff. But, I mean, at the end of the day, it was a loud, shitty bar show that fucking sucked. So I just contradict myself, and that's what we're going to do because I don't give a fuck. I almost threw up, but I don't know, people. I mean, it's just like, people are trash. People are trash no matter what you do. I think it's just one lesson I'm trying to learn is just how to navigate and not be completely thrown off course. I think sometimes I give people the benefit of the doubt. The way with some companies are so great, some people are so great, people being show bookers, and then when you deal with, you form your habits around the good ones, and then when you go to the bad ones, you're almost caught off guard with how fucking much of bitches they are. But hey, you learn from failing. What do I do now with the brand deals? I get a contract. I requested a deposit prior to filming, and that's that. What else with these bookers? I mean, I've been doing this 12 years. I get the bullshit. Just fucking, I mean, in hindsight, the way I've extended the miniest of olive branches to the people crying who are upset it's not going more viral, not my fault whatsoever. This booker, in the moment of talking, I can see how the moment was caused to disrupt this pussy ass bitch's thoughts, to say things, to cause like the talking. I'm not surprised he did that. And it's like, but also being around somebody who's so volatile. This man is like a cryptocurrency. It's just, it's all over the place. That was inevitably going to happen. And I don't want to tread around. I don't want to make this person feel like they're in control of every moment. You're like, fuck you. If I come to your shows, I'm not going to feel like I'm walking on eggshells because you're just a bitch. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I mean, I'm just going to, in every scenario, I just need to fucking go in there and be like, hey, company, this is what it is. You're going to give me money up front. You're going to sign here. If not, we have an issue. Don't be fucking, I can be nice and stern. Show bookers. I mean, if this guy's not booking me, I mean, I don't really give a fuck at the end of the day. Know what I do? That motivated me to get my road dates that I plugged earlier. That's how that works. I operate, and not to mention that the getting the shows has in turn prompted me. I've been very proud of myself writing every day. I mean, I operate in fear. The trick, you don't operate with goals in mind of trying to be like the best or I want abs. I operate strictly in fear. Fear motivates me. I have no time for goal achievement. All I have time for is avoiding disaster. That's how I work. That's the best motivator I've ever had. The first time I did an hour of comedy, know what prompted me to want to write every day? The fact that a room full of people came there for me, that was good. They were going to come there for me, and I could potentially ruin the night. The fear of ruining the night drove me to write every day and practice and rehearse and get good, so I didn't look like a piece of shit. I, at one time or another, I mean, this is years ago, went to the doctor, got blood work. My cholesterol was getting high. Didn't need medicine. I throw that in there because you guys I just think people care too much. And what in turn made me become really into fitness. The fear of dying drives me to be to be in shape. It drives me to be as strong as in the best physical version I can be. Yeah, you get visual benefits, but if that's your goal, I mean, I can't do that. I need something chasing me with a sickle. Death drives me to be my best version of myself. And I think I saw that on a podcast. But I've noticed I always done that. That's what's interesting. I always said when I'm scared, I would work out every day. I would eat well, every single day. I would write every day. When I was scared of something that was going to fucking nip me in the heel, right when you feel it nipping you in the heels. Like when you're riding a bike and your friend, you feel his tire hitting your back tire and you pedal faster. That's how I get it. I'm not chasing the cool thing. I'm running away from the scary thing. So, yeah, I don't know. But it's good, though. You got to do that shit. But I'm also trying to, even with this stuff, I mean, I have so many moving parts. You got to find time for fun. I'm trying to have more fun with my life. I went golfing with my friends, and it was so much fun. Did I golf well? That's why I liked it. Potentially. I liked it more. But also, it was just like a break. Like, it's so weird. I've been, like, so caught up in the podcast, my videos, writing, and then on top of the to-do list, each one of those things has to perform, which in turn takes more effort of me tracking it and caring, even though I know I shouldn't be. But one thing I was like, I need to take fucking breaks, boy. I need to I need to just like, and again, it's funny that like some of these podcasts I listen to, I shouldn't always. I mean, you can't let your foot off the gas because just because you do one little thing people are going to think that you can, just because I did a podcast and wrote today, I get to go eat a cheeseburger and fucking golf. No, it's a once every couple week thing. It's not like I'm constantly, that dopamine valve is just being lifted every day. You got to fucking do it every so often. But when you know when it's time. I mean, when you start getting burnt out and that just like that activity of like golf for me, whatever it is for you, it's like, it's how I envision people. It's how people tell me shrooms are, where basically your brain starts getting these grooves because of certain activities, and it's making these canals, and some are good and some are bad, and shrooms just goes and just like a rainstorm smooths it all out. I think that's how it works. For me, with the stress and the thinking about this all day, it created its own kind of imprints in my brain and mind. So when I go do like thing like golf and have a couple beers and just forget about this, it just washes all that away, and then you can come in with like a fresh attitude. But you can't do it always. You know when you got to do it. You can't just always do that. But golf's a good sport, though. Very humbling. I like a humbling sport. I don't need a sport that. And when I say I did good for myself. I mean, as the general public, that's probably not. They're not going to be posting about my score online. But what's it called? It's definitely humbling. Golf, you're just out there by yourself with a ball, staring at your poor athleticism in the face and being like, all right. It's such a bizarre sport to me because you have to. It's like literally you have a ball here, there's a hole over there, and you're like, I have to get it there 5 times. And honestly, based on how far you hit it the first time, you're like, should be fine. Shouldn't be a big deal. I get if some people just have no clue how to play golf. This need not apply to you. But if you get the game of golf and you've got a par before or you've done fine, from here to there, you're like, I have to get it there 5 times, let's say. And then when you finally get it there and it's been like 8 to 9 times, you're like, what the fuck happened? Isn't it insane where you're like, logically, if somebody said from over there to here, it's going to take you 5 times to get the ball in that hole, you'd be like, there's no fucking way. That's that game. You always have to stop and rethink and being like, okay, from here to here, what's a legitimate number that I think I can do without trying to overachieve? I think when people try to overachieve, they fuck up, and then in turn they start smacking the ball all over the place. I was like, what the fuck can I do to get it there better? And I think that's what helped me. It kind of you're in the moment. It's a mental journey. It's like free therapy. You're like, okay, reset. What's in the now? Don't think about your 2 shots from now. Don't think about where you think the ball is gonna go. Just fucking hit the thing, and then you do that. So I don't know. Therapy's good though, whether you can do it via golf or not. It's funny when you like learn something like therapeutically, whether it's like, I mean, I went to a therapist for a minute to learn about like anxiety. So funny to look back on because like I was the type of person when you go to therapy, when I went to therapy, like I would learn about anxiety, OCD. She's basically explaining all this shit to me to figure out what the fuck is going on in my weird ass brain. And the interesting thing was, like, you know, she's explaining symptoms, behavior, what this is, blah, 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 and all that shit. But it's funny because I was the type of person, and it's so annoying. It reminds me of people like when they move away. Or I'm trying to think of another example while I say this, but how the second I gained knowledge of like anxiety, OCD, this, that, bipolar, this, I was like the person that, like, I went to therapy and now I'm in public trying to be in, like, no, you have, it's my therapist told me you seem like you have symptoms of OCD. Just that annoying guy, because I'm being diagnosed now. I feel like I'm have the jurisdiction to just diagnose other people, and that's annoying. I mean, I remember just being like, yeah, I think what your behaviors are is like hints of kind of like anxiety, and then my friend's like, you're the fucked up one, and I'm just like, yep, that's true, I am. I'm done talking. Just because you're being diagnosed doesn't mean now you have the liberty to put that on other people. Some people don't want to know about their mental disorder. LA's the whole city of that. LA's just a city of undiagnosed mental illness that people are like, you know what? I feel the animal rattling the cage. I don't want to know what animal it is, though. I want to be good. I want to let it's calm most of the time, and I don't think probing it to find out what type of beast is inside of me is even necessary. I think I've managed it with the salt lick and spinny wheel that's in my body. It seems to be contained. If it gets worse, we'll take a sample of it, but until then, I don't want to know. And I respect those people too. So whether you want to know what mental illness is ravaging your body, or you just want to just do whatever you got to do to calm it down, do your thing. All right, guys. This has been a good episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Comedy shows: Boston, October 7th and 8th. Chicago, October 10th. Spokane, Washington, December 4th. See you there. Comment below where I should go. I'm serious. I see all your comments. I will start writing back. This past week has been hectic, but I'm back on schedule. Love you guys. See you later. Bye.